Hey guys, Jason with ATG Photography. Today I wanted to talk to you about gratitude. This is the idea of being grateful or thankful for somebody for the kindness that they bestow upon you, but also being ready to return that kindness. So I want to tell you a little bit a story real quick about something that I'm grateful for. Around 2002, I've been married for 2 years already to my beautiful wife, Cecilia. We had a son who was 1 year old, Logan, and a daughter, Revelation, who was on the way. At this time, we were living in the Glen with my mom, the same house she raised me and my brother in. I was working at a convenience store over off I-10 in Vance Jackson, and most times I was working late shifts. So needless to say, it just wasn't the best situation for me to be in as a young husband and father. So I started looking for options, different career. One day my mother came across a job for a nursing assistant, and she offered to pay for me to go to school so I could become a nursing assistant and have an actual career. So I went to school for about 3 months. I passed all my classes, got my certification, and over the next 2 to 3 years, I guess it was, I worked in different environments. I worked in home health, I worked in nursing homes, I worked at Warm Springs Rehab Center, the medical center. I worked at Nick's Hospital downtown. The last thing I ended up doing was working in hospice care with cancer patients. And working with those, with cancer patients was just extremely tough for me. I would end up getting really close to the patients that I took care of. And I remember there was one man named Jerry Gordon that I took care of. This guy was just an amazing husband and father. In his former career, he was a successful chemist. And in fact, he was the one that he came up with the idea of taking the ash that was left over from coal when they would ship it on train and put it into concrete. And so he was reducing waste and creating a stronger product just all the way around. And that's really how he made his wealth in that industry. But one of the things that I always remember is what he called his wife. He called her treasure. And it was just such a beautiful word, but the way he said it, it would just melt your heart, man. You could tell he really meant it. I mean, this guy was dying, yet he was still viewing her as his treasure, and he meant it when he said it. It was a beautiful thing. But one day I wasn't at work, and at least I was, but not his house, and he ended up passing away. It was really tough for me. I wasn't around to say goodbye to him, and I'd grown really close to this guy. We would talk for hours, and after that one, I felt emotionally like exhausted, like it just drained me. So I decided to move out of that field. I got offered by a friend to work for a realtor as a listing manager. So I started doing that. Fast forward 2011, my mother had been battling cancer for some time now. Around September of 2011, I decided to move my family in with my mother. So I gave away a lot of our furniture and we just stored whatever we had left and moved in. We were able to be with her through every single moment. We got to enjoy laughter with her, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Well, not Thanksgiving that year, but Halloween. Halloween's the one that I'll remember because my mother had such a good sense of humor. And obviously going through chemo, she was bald, so she dressed up like Uncle Fester. I'll post some photos later on for you guys to enjoy. But she enjoyed hearing my daughter's laughter when she would be watching shows and hear her laughter from another room. It would just bring her to tears. And it makes me happy to know that I'm hearing that same laughter every day. So my mother invested in me. She invested in my future, and I'm grateful for it. I was able to take everything I learned in school, give it back to my mother, and provide the best care she could have ever had in the last months of her life, and that's love. She graduated to heaven November 17th, 2011, but the things she taught me and instilled in me will continue to grow, and they'll be passed on to my children, and I'm grateful for it. So, guys, let me know what you're grateful for. I'd love to hear your stories. Share them with me, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.